How do, peopletons? Yet another one. Check out the groovy hat, man. Yeah, awesome. Today's video. I think I'm on quite a hyper at the moment, so yeah. Today's second video, well third, I've already done like 2 others, one may not get uploaded, we'll decide later. What shall I do today? You've got a choice, not that you can answer. PlayStation games, GameCube games, or PlayStation 2 games. You've got 3 seconds. Okay, choice made. PlayStation. So let's get started. Chase the Express, also known in America as Nuclear Ops Covert Dawn, or is it Covert Ops Nuclear Dawn? One of the two. Anyway, this one's English. I've also played it in Japanese and completed it. It was a double, well, it still is a double disc. Vibration function compatible when it was so new that games had to put that it was compatible with that in DualShock. Memory card, 1 block. Ooh, wow. Open it up. Manual, same thing. What's that? Advertising the analog DualShock controller there with some really ugly dude. And it's a science experiment. And the discs as well. Not that you really needed to see them. Oh yeah, on the back of the DualShock advert there's an advert for In Cold Blood. Never played that. Don't know if it's any good. Chase the Express is kind of like Under Siege 2 Dark Territory, but in a game, which is, hang on, case well closed. It always used to be bad like this one. There we go. Yeah, so it's like Under Siege 2 Dark Territory in, but on a game. The idea is you're some guy called Jack Morton. Just read it off the back of the box. And the train has been taken over by terrorists with nuclear weapons on board. Also, it's a presidential train, as you know, you'd expect. You've got to stop them, just like Casey Ryback. Nobody beats me in the kitchen. Next on, Felony 1179. Graphically not great, but so much fun. In America it was called Runabout. Yeah, silly name, isn't it? But that's Americans for you, they are silly. Manual. Disc. This was the second game I ever got for my PlayStation, and I still absolutely love it to bits. You see, that's got an optional controller, but not DualShock, just analog. Before the analog's got DualShock. God, that's really old school. What year was it? 1997. Going all the way back there. And that was so good, I reckon I'll play it again. Sorry, that was GTA. Yeah, great game. Really love it. They came out with a sequel. Never came out over here, only in America. But I still got it imported. Booyah! Today's soundtrack, by the way, Back to the Future 3. Metal Gear Solid, tactical espionage action. The definitive game on the PlayStation. 2 discs, amazing game. None of the others are really matched up to the greatness of Metal Gear Solid versus discs. And oh yeah, forgot about that. Came with the demo of Silent Hill. Yeah, completely forgot about that. Awesome. And there's the manual, quite a thick manual. I've got the soundtrack to this as well. I should have maybe put it on while I was doing this bit, never mind. I'll save Back to the Future for when I do my Blu-rays or something like that. But maybe I can use Metal Gear Solid 1 for that, not that anyone will know what it is, I'll have to tell them. Great game. You play Solid, well everyone knows what it's about, don't they? You play Solid Snake, you You're on Shadow Moses Island and you have to stop your cloned brother, Liquid Snake, from taking over the world using Metal Gear Rex, I believe it was in this one. Was it Metal Gear Rex? The back don't really give anything away, so I'm pretty sure it was. Or was it Metal Gear Ray? Can't remember, it's been so long since I played it. But really good. Really, really good. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here? I don't know, Snake. Resident Evil 1. Booyah! The game that kicked it all off. Manual. Disc. Now the cover is actually reprinted. That's why it says version Francais on it, French version. Because I bought this off Andrew Bainbridge. I might tag him in this. Probably won't watch it if I do though anyway, so I might not. And saying that, I also bought Resident Evil 2 off him at the same time, back when we were in year 10, I think, at Thomas Sumter Secondary School. God, 1998 I got that. Memories. Anyway, you're dead scared, face your fear. It was really cheesy. It kind of plays like a B movie with zombies in it. Well, everyone knows Resident Evil, even if it's from the horribly awful, horrendous Paul Anderson movies with Mila Jovovich, which is basically, I'm married to the director, I'm in everything, and I have all the best lines. Oh, and Nemesis also gets emotions. Yes, so great game, absolutely love it. Really wooden acting, absolutely love it. But the best Resident Evil, in my opinion, Resident Evil 2. Excellent game. Disc 1, Leon's disc. Leon S. Kennedy, the S stands for Scott, which I had to correct someone on a Facebook thread earlier when he was ragging on someone else, going, LSK, that stands for Leon S. Kennedy. And I went, oh yeah, you know what the S stands for? No. So I pointed out it was Scott. Manual. Disc 2, Claire Redfield. Yeah, mine comes with a limited edition red case as well. Well, I say limited edition. Someone broke it, so I swapped. What can I say about this that sums it up? It is just simply one of the best games ever made. The disaster at the mansion from Resident Evil 1 is headed into Raccoon City and is turning the entire populace into zombies. Or them. They want to eat flesh and brains and anything. It's also got mutant spiders, lickers, dogs, crows, T90s, and there's also the sub-games with Hunk and Tofu, who is actually a giant stick of tofu wearing a beret and a knife. Not wearing a knife, using the knife. Excellent game, excellent story. It's like a bit like the gunman at Kendall's gun shop. Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? Get away from the window. Who then promptly goes and stands by the window and zombies break in and eats his face. But if you're that stupid, then you deserve what you get. You can run and nick his shotgun, or you can just leave him and then afterwards you go, you hear, ah! Oh, that's going to be the worst scream effect ever. Moving on. Resident Evil 3, Nemesis, in America called Last Escape. Manual. Disc, Joe Valentine there. Looking completely different to how she did in Resident Evil 1. This was the first game I ever pre-ordered. It's again set in Raccoon City. This time it's both the prequel and the sequel to Resident Evil 2. The first part is obviously the prequel, where it goes from the initial outbreak of the zombie, the G virus infection in Raccoon City, and follows on till Jill gets knocked out by a hospital. Convenient. Well, I'll say convenient, it's full of zombies. And Carlos then has to find her a cure, and she comes round 24 hours later, after the events of Raccoon City 2, when Leon and Claire and Sherry have left. She still gets out at the end, obviously. Great game. Now, we come to the last PlayStation game I still own that I can find. Resident Evil Survivor. Known as Resident Evil Gun Survivor in America, features Ark Thompson, who is a guy who's actually, I might keep that. Yeah, I'll keep that. Sorry, it was a list of Resident Evil characters. About a guy who is in a helicopter accident over, I can't remember what it's called now, because this game's pretty terrible, actually. It was the first Resident Evil light gun shooter, and it's really, really bad. It looks like the work experience boy has been brought in and they've said, oh well, we need to give him something to do for a week, here, make this. And as a result, it's pretty bad. I mean, I suppose it broke new ground then in a way, but it was still pretty bad. So yeah. Sorry, I went off track then, didn't I? Never explained. He crashes on an island in a helicopter accident, sees someone running off with a briefcase, realises he has to go after him, so he does. He meets two little kids who he has to try and save as well as fighting zombies and, you know, giant spiders and lickers and, you know, just generally everything, tyrants. In fact, we're in a factory full of tyrants. Not a safe place to be, really, although only one comes to life, ultimately, at the end. There's quite a few come to life, but they seem a lot weaker than the final one. Jingle jangle, jingle jangle. So that's all the PlayStation games. I thought I had Driver and quite a few others, but I must have saw them when I saw my PlayStation. Wish I didn't. Needed the money, I was at college. Anyway, for now, that is Skibbity Dibbity Bye. Ta-ta.